Neon Battle. Do you like Pong? Do you like circles? Well, this is the game for you. Someone has taken those two things and smashed them together in this budget indie title. Now, I need to say this game was sent to me from the publisher. Wow, this year I just keep getting games from indie developers. But if you've seen my reviews, I don't give good reviews just to the people who send me games. For an example, see my last review of Don't Crash. My point is, I don't care if they send it to me. I have no problems ripping it to shreds. So with that said, this game is really a classic example of Pong
to the extreme. Cause they say your daddy is Pong.
The game is played like this. You are a curved Pong paddle, and you spin around a circular area. You have to hit the ball to get 50 points. Usually it's just 1 point per hit, but there are power-ups that sometimes can double that. And that's about it. You can play the game with up to one other player. And while I wasn't able to test that, since I'm alone right now, I did at least play the mode, and it seemed to work fine. I could push around the second player all I wanted. Now I thought that was really cool that you could push the other players around. I found if you hit the other player just before the ball comes to them, it's a very easy way to steal the ball. Now there are two modes of the single player game and two modes of the two player game. You can play against the CPU in the single player mode. I wish there was a way to adjust the difficulty level of the computer player. It might actually extend the replayability of the game. You might try and beat all those difficulty levels. Unfortunately, the computer player is okay at best. Once you get down the controls, it's really not hard to beat it. I like the particle effects that happen when you hit the balls. I thought it was a nice addition. It kind of added to the futuristic feel of the game. There are power-ups to get in the levels, which will give you points, double points, or make your paddle larger. The double points and larger paddle only last for a few seconds, so it's not a long-term advantage. The power-ups show up quite often, so that's a good way of getting back into the game that you might be losing. Like I said before, in the two-player game there's two modes, one with power-ups and one without. The non-power-up second-player game actually starts out with two balls in play, which I thought was really cool. Unfortunately, this only happens in the beginning of the match, which was very odd. Why not just throw out a second random ball every once in a while? Also, it would have been nice if we knew the directions the balls were going in before they appeared. That means a lot of balls will just never be hit. However, since you get an unlimited supply of them, I guess it doesn't matter. But it was just annoying. Speaking of limited balls, that would have been a nice mode. If you had like a set number of balls and whoever had the most points at the end would win. Maybe I could dare to dream for the sequel to this game. Neon Battle is just a simple Pong title. It has a clever gimmick of a circular game field, but that's about it. But this is a budget title, so you shouldn't expect too much. There are 4 modes, so it's not just one game repeated ad nauseum. It's 4 games, slightly different, repeated ad nauseum. The game sells for $1.49. The single player game gets boring quick, but I can see the two player game being much more fun. I really wish I could have tested it out. But playing with the computer, I bet it was just as much fun to smash into the paddles of your friends when you're playing the game. So if you have a friend who you can and want to play this game with you, I think it's worth a buy. But if not, just skip it. Well, that's my review of Neon Battle. Why don't you check out my previous review of Don't Crash, or you can check out my classic review of Ping 1.5. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe.